had control of the reptilian brain, control of the legal system, higher brain. And when you look at pharaohs, when you go back during that time, pharaohs was referred to as what is called the living heart. So the living heart, so, this might be confusing to some people because if you think that hearts is like an actual person, a being that existed, why would you call it a person but that living person, a living heart? So it didn't make sense to the right people. But just like Osiris, Horus, excuse me, Horus is basically things. Horus, Ra, same thing. Horus, Ra, Wajek, same thing. The sun would represent the sun. It also represents the third eye of the sun. So when it's talking about the living heart, referring to the pharaoh, it's talking about living Pyrene, or living third eye, having control of the third eye. So the pharaoh is called the living heart, and Horus is referred to the Pyrene. So this is going to take you into, watching that understand about. So when you look at Wajek, Wajek is the original. She's the original third eye. She's the original vibe, the original Horus, so to speak. The original representation of Primal Brain and the sun, that's Wajek. When you look at Macbeth, the vulture, which the vulture is the bird. The vulture, or Wajek, represents the limbic system. And the limbic system is called the brain. So you have Wajek, which represents the primary brain, Macbeth, which represents the limbic system, which is called the bird brain. The bird brain, because when you look at parrots, they have a limbic system. Their limbic system functions almost the same as humans, which is why parrots can talk, which is why parrots can basically hold a conversation. You remember Iago from Aladdin. He was basically a human. Parrot pie. Dude had a consciousness of his own, attitude, and whole style, that swag. Iago wasn't that good. Voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, who was hilarious. He can hold conversation. He can ask questions. This is what they're alluding to as far as the limbic system existing in public brain. It's not parrots that has these things. Now you remember one of the islands public she had the African brain parrot. Alex, remember, she taught that parrot. That parrot basically had conversations. The parrot asked questions. They did a lot of things that she basically proved that, it's possible for parrots, and I believe that all the time this was possible. Parrots will hold conversations. With people. They was able to do such things. She basically went into that whole thing, basically proved it. It was a big deal. This was a meeting to when it's talking about the limbic system the limbic system that controls your ability to comprehend and to learn and everything like that. This is why parents talk, understand, comprehend, just be, as like us on a small level. Their brains are small. It just, again, goes to show you the power of the limbic system. So, it is very possible that Wajek or Macbeth, as Egyptologists will tell you, it is very possible that they represent the rulership of the Upper and Lower Egypt. But I think, from our research, that Wajek and Macbeth represents the rulership or the control of the upper and lower brain, higher and lower brain. Wajek is also represented the reptilian, and not just the pineal gland, but the reptilian energy that's lower. Two things, as I said, you find some things that can represent two separate things. I'll prove this to you in a second. And then you have Macbeth, representing system is would be considered higher and she's lower, or than the regulars, for a reason. And when you have the circle representing basically higher and lower energy, reptilian brain as well as the pineal gland coming together. And it's power. Now, I have my big cut up here for a reason, so that I can show you. So now we have White Jet, White Jet again, representing the third eye, power of the third eye, along with the control of the reptilian brain. And you'll see this lies that I believe the pharaohs had control over. It was about gaining this power, or they had this power, which I think he did. And being able to wear this headdress symbolizes that you did have this power, because we see it in some of the women rulers as well, and not everybody. So, you know, it's another thing that we're going to get into in another video about the headdresses. We're going to get into that and make the music. There are things that have to do with materiality. It's the stuff that we get power. We're going to get into that. A lot of the headdresses is telling you, like, pay attention to the design and the way it's shaped. You'll kind of sort of be able to pick it up as you learn. I think these headdresses are the reason why they're working. But White Jet again, masculine energy, control of the horizon, control of the reptilian brain, control of the eye, and you see it. You have next bag that symbolizes the limbic system, the very brain, going to go much further. Now, when you pay attention to this, you've seen this before, anything that happens in your house, then you will understand what I'm going to show you. So you have Jet, the serpentine energy. You see the headdress very open. When you turn it around, it's leading to what? Well, it's leading to the jet. And then you have the jet right here. It was right here, the back, symbolizing the spot, the silence. So, this is the spot. You have power. White Jet like that. Control the brain. Leading or creating the energies that's going to go down the spine and give you the power to go. Give you the power to do right. There it is, right there. The jet or silence. So when you start to put all this stuff together, it makes sense. So again, Egyptian gods, there are aspects of the Egyptian universe that exist. And this is well, what you really understand. Now, luckily, the Egyptians left this stuff behind, and a lot of the people who found it wasn't smart enough to comprehend what it was talking about, so-called musicologists. But this information was out there. As I said, the Egyptians put the piece of gold. And that's up to us to fulfill what they were trying to fulfill. We are so lost, so messed up, so to speak. And they have it in a bad spot. They understand the destiny, supposed to fulfill, and they want us to fulfill.
Whenever that happens, shit is great. over me. You know what I do to these rappers? You better calm your ass down. That shit is like even in person. I'm going to play for fucking we gon' get you on punk and we gon' get the already kidding. We're going down, boy. We will keep pouring them in the club. We going down, boy. Too bad. But I ain't the way no look. Cause I like the yellow police. Say word, know what I earn. Stay up on my, don't that talk me. Back up off of this. Don't want to get stuck to sit up to talk me. Walking, walking, it's all this walking, better watch it down to the mind. It's hard, but it does that up in this. Up, yo, represent. Give me some gin, give me some lean, just give me go, but I'll mix it all in. Mix it all in. Mix it all in. Mix it all in.
To worship God and worship Jesus in the Bible, and that is by design. I know because I did the same exact thing when I first started doing my research. I kept running into Satan. I left the whole music industry alone at first because I thought it was controlled by Satan. And I was like, what's going on? Everywhere I look and everywhere I turn, I see Satan. It's not until I did years and years of research that I realized what was going on, what Satan is, and I had to understand it by really studying the Bible and studying what they are putting out. Now, I put out a video before about Satan and Saturn. What you have to understand is you have to get your mind off of Satan being this one being. Just this one being out there who is responsible for all of the evil. You have to understand that Satan represents a principle. He represents a law of reality that must exist. A law that says that without darkness, there cannot be light. Without good, there cannot be evil. Darkness is light. Good is evil. If you can't wrap your head around this principle, you will never understand the nature of reality. So, when we look at it this way, you can't be good if there's no such thing as evil. If we don't have good and evil, what do we have? If we're not good or evil, what can we be? We would just be, right? Now, if you was to make some food, and then I taste your food and I say, hey, this is good, then I have just created evil. I have just created bad. Because the whole purpose of there being a such thing as good means there has to be a bad. There has to be a evil. So as soon as you consciously create good, you have subconsciously created evil. Now, I know it sounds crazy, it sounds confusing, but it's going to make a lot of sense. Now, when you are first born, you know nothing. You have no knowledge of good or evil. If I put you in a place that has nothing but things that are pleasing to you, then that's all you would know is pleasure. The only thing you would know is bliss. Now, if I tell you, do not touch this tree over here, you can eat from every of the fruits, every of the tree. Don't touch this tree. It is the knowledge of good and evil. Now, remember, you're just born. You don't have a concept of good and evil. You don't know what that is. I might as well just tell you, don't touch the tree of Google Gobble. You wouldn't understand what that is because you have no concept of good and evil. All you know is pleasure. That's all you know. So now let's go to the whole Garden of Eden. Let's go to the part about the trees. It says, Genesis 2:9, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now understand, why would he create a tree of the knowledge of good and evil? So understand the nature of reality. If you have good, you have to have evil. Now, since the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, once you eat from it, it will cause you to die, death, you also have to have a tree of life. A tree that gives life, a tree that takes life. This is duality. This is the knowledge of good and evil, and the tree of life is all about duality. It's all about the nature of reality. You have life and death, good, bad, darkness and light. This is what this whole parable is talking about. When it gets deeper, we know God says, do not eat from the tree. So now what happens? We know Eve, she eats the fruit. She gives it to Adam. He eats the fruit. And they go from only knowing of pleasure to having the knowledge of good and evil, to knowing of shame and embarrassment. Remember, they cover themselves up. So now, as I said, if you don't know good and evil, if you're not a good person or a bad person, then what could you be? You would just be, right? Before they ate the fruit, they were just beings. They had no knowledge of good or evil, right or wrong. They were just existing. So now the whole Garden of Eden story is about duality. Everything has a dual nature there. There are good trees, bad trees. You have man, you have woman, you have good and evil. You have God and Satan. It's all about duality. It's about the nature of reality. It's a parable. So now we know it is Satan that comes and he tempts Eve. And Eve, she succumbs to Satan's temptation. She eats the fruit. She gives it to Adam. They both eat of the fruit. And in doing so, they create duality for their reality. They now understand the dual nature of existence, the dual nature of reality. Now remember, God tells them, if you eat of the fruit, you will surely die. But we see, as soon as they eat the fruit, they do not immediately die. They are still alive. So, what is God saying? He is saying that once you understand duality, and you understand the nature of reality, then you will understand that because there is life, there has to be death. There cannot be no death without first life. There cannot be good without evil, period. There is no time until you tell time. I'll give you an example. If you're watching TV, you're watching a good movie, or you're out with your friends, and you got to be at work soon or eventually, what happens? You're having a good time until you look at your watch and you see, oh crap, I got to get ready to go to work. I got to go to work. And then you realize that it was bad timing for you to chill with your friends at this particular time, to watch this movie at this particular time. Once you tell time, you become a slave to time. Now, I'm going to get into time later. So now, what was the whole problem with the Garden of Eden? What was God's flaw? What did he do wrong? He did not give them understanding. He didn't tell them why they should not eat from the tree. He said, don't eat from the tree or you will surely die. But he did not explain to them what death is. He did not explain to them why they should not eat from this tree and what would happen. So they had no understanding. Instead, he did what? He gave them a law. He gave them a rule. He gave them obedience. There cannot be obedience without disobedience. It is a law. It is a principle that must exist. There cannot be obedience without disobedience. Laws and rules are made to be what? Broken. So if you don't understand why you should not break this law and why you should be obedient, then you will have broken laws and you will be disobedient. Now understand, we know Eve is the one, she eats the fruit first, the woman. But the whole thing is this, the Bible never says that God told her not to eat from the tree. We all assume that God told her or Adam told her, but it doesn't say it anywhere inside of the scriptures that God said to Eve, hey Eve, don't eat from the tree. Doesn't see it nowhere. We don't see it nowhere. So now we know that, the serpent, Satan comes into Eve, he goes to her and says, hey, if you eat from this tree, you will not die. She has no understanding of death. Yet she tells the serpent that, God told us if you eat from this tree, we would surely die. But she obviously does not understand what death is. I know if I eat a handful of rat poison, I'm going to die. She didn't know what death was, so she ate. She fell for it. She ate the food because she didn't have understanding. So now think about it. Why didn't Job just give in to Satan? You know, when Satan had all the boils all on him and he was filled with leprosy and he was sick, why didn't he just give in to Satan? Why did he not just curse God's name? Because he understood good and evil. Why didn't Jesus just give in to Satan's temptations? Because he understood good and evil. Now, we have to understand, Satan is not just some being out there who is responsible for all the evil. He is not some being who is creating, all the bad things in the world. Satan is a principle. He is an energy. He is a law of the nature of reality and duality. Period. We are all Satan. We are all God. We are all capable of good and evil. God is just the good. Satan is just the evil or the devil. Plain and simple. The only reason why God doesn't just go and kill Satan is because he is Satan. There cannot be any good without evil. There cannot be any light without darkness. You have to understand this. So now understand, this is all going somewhere major. This is all going to be really important later on. So understand. Do not skip a second. You have to get this in. You have to understand it. Now, I'm going to go back to the Garden of Eden story in a second because there's a whole lot there that everybody has missed. So we're going to go back to that. But I want people to understand that God is capable of evil. God is good and evil, just like Satan is good and evil, and it's so evident. So let's look to the Bible. We can see here, 1 Chronicles 21:15, it says, "And God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented him of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough. Stay now thy hand." Stop right there. So now understand, you have God who just sent an angel to destroy Jerusalem, and he stopped himself and said, "Whoa, this is evil." He told the angel to stop. Now, the thing is, we look in the Bible a lot, and we see so many things that any sane, normal person would classify as evil. We see God, he tells the Israelites to go basically utterly destroy whole cities and towns, kill everybody, leave nobody alive, men, women, and children, wipe them all out. You explain to me how killing an innocent child is not evil, a child who does not understand good or evil. Why would that be a good thing? But everybody want to just say, okay, well, it's cool because God said so, not thinking that this is evil. Now let's go to Numbers 31:17-18. This is Moses. He's saying, "Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that have known man by laying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by laying with him, keep alive for yourselves." How can any person read that and look at that and say, that's not evil, that is okay, that is
evil
good?
and gay.
Nobody
That's
can
gay.
read these things. A lot more things we can look to in the Bible. We can see that this is clearly evil. And we read it and we just let it slide because it's God. God is always good. No, you have to understand. In order for you to get this, you have to realize God is good and evil. So now think about it. God comes. He gives Moses the law. He gives him the 10 commandments. Now, he gives them the commandments, and then he orders them to break 2 of them immediately. 2 laws to say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, and then God goes and orders them to do exactly that. What is going on here? Laws are meant to be broken. Rules are meant to be broken. What does Moses do? He breaks the law when he comes down from outside. He breaks the tablets on the ground. It's trying to tell you something. God is evil. Satan is good. They are both capable of good and evil. So now think about it. The whole story with Job. What's going on there? Satan kills 10 people in that story. The 7 sons of Job and the 3 daughters. Now, God kills millions of people in the Bible. He kills millions of people. But we are told that Satan is the evil one. No, Satan is a principle. He must exist. Yes, he is evil, but he's capable of good. God is good, or is he capable of evil? Yes, we can see that they are both capable of good and evil. So now we have to remember that at one point, Satan was an angel. He was an angel. So he had to be capable of good at some point. Now what happened? Did he just become completely bad? No. Good and evil has always existed. It has always existed. Now, what about the other angels who rebelled with him? They had to be capable of good and evil as well. So you got to remember this. We're going to come back to this. But we got to go back to the Garden of Eden, and we have to look at what is the key to the Garden of Eden. What is the key to that story? You have to realize, what did Adam and Eve have that they didn't realize they had before Satan came? Before the serpent came and talked to Eve, what did they have that they did not know of? They had choice. They had a choice. They could choose whether to obey God or disobey God, but they had no knowledge of obedience and disobedience. They could choose to eat from the good tree or from the bad tree, but they had no knowledge of disobedience and obedience. What happened? When the serpent spoke to Eve and he told her, he gave her a choice. He said, hey, if you eat from this tree, you will not surely die. He know that if you eat from this tree, you will become like him, having the knowledge of good and evil. He gave them a choice. So now this is where it's going to start to get kind of crazy, so pay attention. Now, think about what Adam and Eve was before they ate the fruit. They were just beings. They were just regular, normal beings. They had no knowledge. They didn't know about good and evil. Now, what was God? God was God. And God already knew about good and evil. He already knew that good and evil existed. And he was God because he had this knowledge. So, Adam and Eve had a choice. They could either choose to blindly obey God or to what? Become God. Remember, Satan says, if you eat the fruit, he knows your eyes will be open and you will become as God, knowing good and evil. But there's a twist to this. So now, they eat the fruit. And God is like, what? He's like, damn, they are like us now. Now, let's go to Genesis 3:22. It says, and the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. First of all, who is he talking to? He said, the man has become as one of us, to know good and evil. Who is he talking to? Could he be talking to Satan? Could he be saying, damn, Satan, they like us now. We both knew about good and evil, to know good and evil. Now, it says, and now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. So now, pay attention. God basically is saying, they are just like us because they know good and evil. He never says they have become God. He says they are just like us to have the knowledge of good and evil. Now, unless they eat this fruit from the tree of life and live forever, they basically will not be gods. Now, understand, Satan comes and he tells them, hey, if you eat off this fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, you will become gods. But he fails to mention that they also have to eat from the tree of life, that tree that everybody seems to have forgotten about. I'll say that again. Everybody seems to have forgotten about the tree of life. He doesn't tell them that you got to eat from both trees. Now, what does God do? Let's go to Genesis 3:23-24. He says, therefore, the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims. We know they are angels. And a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So basically, God said, hey, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I'm going to guard the tree of life. Because what was God's purpose from the start? What was his agenda? To keep us from becoming gods. To keep man from becoming gods. So now that Satan came and, threw a wrench into his whole plan and said, hey, eat from this tree, you'll be gods. God like, oh snap. In order for me to stop this process from being completed, I have to guard this tree of life, man. I have to guard it. So he casts them away, kicks them out, said, get out of here. He puts guards in front of the tree of life with flaming swords to guard the tree. Think about what I'm saying here. Now, everybody, we just go and we read the rest of the Bible. Forgetting all about that. Wait a minute. It's irrelevant. We want the tree of life.
Right.
I'm going to give you Exodus and Leviticus and Deuteronomy, and I'm going to give you Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'm going to give you all these other books of the Bible to basically keep you from what? Genesis. To keep you from what? The tree of life. The whole purpose is that tree. We get that tree, we God's. Plain and simple. But nobody goes back and mentions this. Nobody mentions that. Wait a minute. The whole purpose is for us to get that tree. God is guarding that tree. But we're going to go along. We just want to follow the Bible and follow everything else and all the other rules that's in the Bible and forget about the tree of life. So now, God is guarding this tree. He's guarding the tree of life. So, what is the tree of life? Here we go. We all know about this tree. We all know what it stands for. Now, understand, we have the tree of life. We also have the 7 chakras. We went into this whole thing, 7 chakras. So now, when I was speaking about, you have your subconscious and you have your consciousness. You have your conscious self, which you are aware of, and you have your subconscious, the one that takes over in the dream state, the one that's basically controlling the dream world, controlling that reality. So, what is the purpose of this? You must unite the conscious and the subconscious and bring them together. So, what is the purpose of duality? To become one. Plain and simple. This is what the Bible is telling you. The whole book is about duality, whether you realize it or not. The whole book. Now, we have Genesis that really gets into the heart of everything. Now, it's telling you, it gives you the key in Genesis. You have the knowledge of good and evil, and you have the tree of life. The rest of the Bible is trying to tell you how to get the tree of life. Remember, God is guarding it. He's guarding it with angels with flaming swords. The rest of the book is trying to tell you how to get past those angels and get to that tree of life. So now understand, what was God doing in the garden? What was he doing there? He was being controlling. He was controlling man. He gave them rules. He basically said, hey, don't eat from this tree. I'll give you everything else that you need, but don't eat from this tree. Why? Because he didn't want us to become gods. He didn't want us to become like him. So he was trying to deceive Adam and Eve to staying obedient, to being under him. This is what was going on in the garden. Realize this. So now we understand that Adam and Eve, they do not become gods. We know they eventually die. And we know that God, he floods the whole earth. He kills everybody off except for Noah and his family. And he basically starts the whole thing over again. So what eventually happens? Moses comes along and God does what? He gives them laws, just like he gave Adam a law. He said, don't eat from this tree. He gives Moses the law, the 10 Commandments, and says, hey, everybody is to follow this. I want obedience. You can't do that. I'll be jealous. I'll kill you. I'll kill them. I want obedience. The same thing as he was doing in the garden. He wants obedience. He doesn't want you to become God. Plain and simple. What comes up later on, Jesus comes. Jesus comes later and says, hey, just follow me. Believe in me. I'm the way. I'm the truth. I'm the life. Believe in me and you will go to heaven. What is heaven? Believe in me and you will go to heaven. Doesn't say nothing about the tree of life. Remember, the tree of life. Doesn't say nothing about the tree of life. He says, believe in me. Follow my words. Follow me. And you will go to heaven. So now, if God wanted us to go to heaven, why didn't he just put Adam and Eve in heaven from the start? Why did he put them in the garden? So why should we follow Jesus to get to heaven? So now, understand this first. Let me say this because I know how it sounded. I know there's a lot of spooky people out there. I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, he's trying to get us to follow Satan. No. Understand, this is a parable. It's going to make a lot more sense if it doesn't make sense now. It's a parable. It's not a real story. I mean, come on. Can you imagine? Do you honestly think this is how life began? It began in some garden with a bunch of fruit trees? And some dude ate a fruit and some girl ate a fruit and now everything messed up. Do you honestly believe that?
When you sit there and you think about it, man, I'm talking to all my people, all my sheeple, fuck all the bullshit. When you sit there and you think about it, man, we was taught to believe in Santa Claus, the East Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. And then we was told to get on our knees and say, Our Father who art in heaven. And then we was told, Father God did this for us, God, Father God did that for us, thank Father God for this. And then we was told in order to get to the Father, you got to go to the Son. And we were told the Michelangelo picture of God being white and Jesus being white, God reaching out with his finger to touch Jesus' finger as Jesus stretched out laying like a woman. Man, if y'all don't see the fucking twist and all this bullshit to have this shit twisted up like it is right the fuck now. The whole agenda was the gay agenda of changing this shit around. From that woman being the only fucking creator here on earth. And that man being nothing but a motherfucking donator to that creator. Because a man ain't nothing but a dick. I ain't gonna lie, I love being a dick. But I used to be the stupidest dick because I used to be a womanizer. But like I said again, these gay fucking men that was jealous of the woman was so jealous to the point where they wanted to be the woman. So now they want to see why was she given the gift to give life. They are nothing but donators to that creator. So when you go back and think about it, consciously think about it, and stop thinking the way that you was taught to think, because we was taught to be stupid. We was taught to be stupid, 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 stupid. Because everything that I say don't make sense. It is the sense that it is. I say it again. What I'm gonna say to you don't just make sense. It is the sense that it is. So we go back to just like you were just saying. You think about the creative being, the creativity in you. I'll say it again, but I'll say it in the way that I say it. The creativity in you is the creator of you. The light, the lightning, the strike of lightning before there's smoke or fire. It's the essence of the egg before the chicken. I say it again. It's the essence of the egg before the chicken. You see, because it all starts off as a liquid form before the solid of the egg before the chicken. So I can tell you exactly where the creator come from because we was taught to be stupid, but our hearts could never be dumb. I say it again. We was taught to be stupid, but our hearts could never be dumb because you already know it do what it do. It pumps blood, but it do more than that. Our heart tells the truth because the truth is just that, the truth. And that's where it all starts. It starts off in you as you start off in the womb, as in heart. I say again, it starts off in you as you start off in the womb as a heart. Isn't it ironic that inside of the womb as you start off as the shape of a heart after your daddy inserts you into your mama? I'm just saying, you don't become you until those two come together, literally come together in the Creator's original name, love, unconditional, the feeling. We've been bullshit all our life from the first day that you were told that it's your birthday when really it's supposed to be your born day because you ask yourself the fucking question, why was my mama shortchanged? Meaning, your mama went through the 9 months. Your mama went through labor. Your mama went through the mental and physical turmoil mentally in her brain, not knowing if you're going to have 5 fingers and 5 toes. You know what I'm saying? This is all that that woman went through for you to get on your knees and pray to a man. I'll say it again. For you to get on your knees and pray to a man. Our Father who art in heaven. The bullshit starts there and it stops now. Think about it. Can't get to the Father unless you go through the Son. Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Where's the woman in all this? God reaching down, touching Adam's finger, and Adam laying there like a woman. What the fuck? We could have a woman laying there like a woman, and Adam standing up like a man. Why? Why was your mama's birthday given to you? I already know the truth of that, because the truth is just the truth. You was giving your mama's birthday as a consolation prize. Because I'll say it like this to you. You was just born here, an empty glass waiting for some truth. But the first thing that happened to you, you was lied to when you was giving your mama's birthday. Yes, because you wasn't born to you. So you got to get something for you on that day because you wasn't born to you. You was born to the United States of America Corporation. United States of America Corporation gave a birth certificate and social security card for you. And your mom felt bad for you and said, here, you can have my birthday. But she look, it's leaving mama stuff. Because when you say happy born day to you, you supposed to say happy birthday to your mom because two things happened on that day. She birthed you and you was born. It is what it is because you went from inside of her, living with her, to your heart and you breathing on your own. So like I said again, it don't have to make sense because that means that you're making it do something. But this is the sense that it makes. So let me go to telling you where the Creator comes from for you to know and be straight. Because I am as straight as an arrow shot at a target, knowing going to hit the middle. I am sharp as a razor that can cut a hair follicle down the middle. Because I know who the Creator is in me. I know who the Creator is in all that is to see. I know the Creator that gave me life back to just tell y'all the truth and give y'all the facts and then paint pictures if y'all want to see that because I can do it like a Picasso. And when I say like a Picasso, I'm talking about the beauty of just the picture but not what's in the frame. The beauty of all the colors and the thought, not just the game. Because I love you more than you love you because I know the truth and you don't. But I'm here to give you the truth for you to have for yourself. You already believe in some bullshit, but you can believe this here if you want. It's all in you to know what the truth is in you to come out. Love, unconditional feeling. It is real as the Creator created itself all out of nothing. Nothing but a feeling of being alone. So the Creator created all that there is until the Creator got to us. The conscious thinking man and woman. To live in together. But when they come together, they're as one. One divine creator that started it all off as fun. We the ones that done fucked it all up. We the ones that done changed all that is divine that goes on in our mind 24 hours a day. We done just turned it into bullshit because we outside praying when all that there is inside of you to come out. So look at all the bullshit that you taking in your mouth. From the shit that you eating, from the shit that you hearing, from the shit that you touching on this matter. We've been taught to be stupid. We've been taught to be sheeple for the people that want to keep us as sheeple, corral us around like cattle, because the truth is the truth. We don't matter to a whole bunch of rich sons of bitches. A whole bunch of rich sons of bitches that got money. The truth is the truth. It ain't funny. It is what it is. But back to life and knowing the truth is better than believing in some bullshit like a kid. Because I go back to Santa Claus to eat 1 and 2 fairy. Why? Why tell your kids this lie after telling your kids don't lie to you? Why? Why do you hold on to it like it's the truth? Why? Why did y'all celebrate Mother's Day yesterday when Mother's Day is every day? Why? All because this is the bullshit that was taught to you. So I'm telling y'all mothers out there, happy Mother's Day today and every day that you are mother. Because that's the truth. Because anytime somebody feel like giving you something because they appreciate you, you ain't supposed to have to wait till no motherfucking Mother's Day to do that. Because I tell you, the truth is the truth. Period. Fuck all the bullshit. And this is just the truth. There's no such thing as hit today, gone tomorrow. Hit today, gone today. Because the truth to the matter is, you don't accomplish shit when you get on your knees and you pray to any type of fucking man as a God, or any type of fucking Jesus as a man, or any type of fucking energy that was taught to you as a fucking kid. You're fucking been taught to be stupid. It's time to stop being stupid the way that we've been taught to be stupid. And especially if you can just look back at slavery. You can see right there in slavery that the Bible was there to make the motherfuckers obey. It was to make the fucking people stupid. We've been stupid enough, people. That's why when I say to you people, you, me, me is not me no more. Me is being selfish with me. Now that I know that me is really we as all one people, when you think about the love, unconditional, the feeling of the Creator, and then you think about these lying sons of bitches that's lying to us every day here. It's time for us, the people that make the fucking world go round, stand up and stop being stumped in the fucking ground. Because we are some fucking stupid fucking people. It is what it is. I love y'all more than y'all love yourself. Because I can ask y'all to ask yourself the question. And the question is just this. I explained to you who the Creator is, where the Creator comes from. Because I'm talking to you, not to your ass. I'm talking to your heart. Because I'm telling you exactly what the Creator is giving me to give to you. Who's in between you loving you? No human body. Because you stand, if you stand at all, you stand alone with the Creator of you. Alone means all one with the Creator. Until you come together in love, which is the Creator's original name, to be making in love, that's the Creator's original name. Making, to create, there we go. Creator stands alone, second to no fucking gods. I say it again. Love unconditional feeling. The Creator stands alone, second to none in everybody. Not no God. That's the man made up bullshit. Created love, unconditional feeling, created the man that created all the different gods and the different religions that y'all all bow down to. The truth is truth. And it will only set you free if you want to be set free for change. And that's only where you start, people. And you start off in heaven, which is the womb in that heart. This ain't no game. I say to you when I say I love you more than you love you, the truth is just the truth. Slavery happened. The Holocaust happened. Hiroshima happened. We lived through September 11. We saw all the fucking holes through that bullshit. All that was done by our government. Ain't that a bitch? And ain't nothing happened to none of the sons of bitches that did it to us. So when you look at all that there and then you look at we live in the circle of life. What goes around comes around. And I want you to think about this as we get this on to get down. Where the fuck was God when them people was jumping out the windows? I'm listening. Where was Jesus? It wasn't no devil that did this shit. It was man. We was taught to be fucking stupid. So we stupid fucking sheeple. Motherfuckers are playing chess and we ain't even playing checkers. We fighting each other on video games. Watching all the violence on TV. Knowing that the TV ain't nothing but a fucking television that tells lies to your vision. A program that program you to want to be the motherfuckers on the motherfucking TV set. Instead of you taking time out to know you and the divine that's in you to create some real shit and not copy off of somebody else's bullshit. I'm not no preacher. I'm not no teacher. I don't want y'all to follow me. I want y'all to live from your hearts. Because we've been taught to be stupid ass till y'all done turned the ass into the new pussy. Do you actually think that's smart? The ass is where all that exit out of you that's filthy that goes into you. Now you think that is the thing to do? So if you can't see the fucking twist, you don't want to. Because I tell this shit to those of you. Some of y'all are stuck on stupid, don't want to be straight because y'all know that straight gonna show that y'all been stupid for a long time. Y'all just don't want to see yourself looking like that in the mirror. So I'm gonna tell you from the divine that's always going on in your mind. That is you having life. That is you having free will. That is You having choices. Right now, you are being judged by your heart. Understand, understand, and understand to get what I'm saying when I say this to you. The Creator that loves you unconditionally is in you to love you, to know the truth, and not to be believing in some bullshit. But most of you are afraid of the truth because y'all know that the truth gonna show that you are responsible in this shit. And y'all sorry sons of bitches just want to believe and blame God, Jesus, and the devil. But I say, I don't hate nothing. Because hate is too light for my heart. And knowing the truth, my heart is smart. It's the best part of me loving you. Because I love you simply because the truth is just that, period. The fucking truth. We was taught to be stupid. But until you come off of being stupid too, I'm stupid just like you. Because you are me. And me is the upside down WE, meaning we, all as one. Conscious thinking, people here that know that if we had any problem coming together, we can solve it. Because two is always better than one. When you know that the divine creator that loves you unconditionally is the one and only that holds the control over love. Because you can't control who you fall in love with. You don't even know what love really is. But I explain to you this way. In the Bible, it said it's not supposed to say the Creator's name in vain. Y'all couldn't say the Creator's name in vain because y'all don't know the Creator's name. Because man put titles on everything. So knowing that y'all would never know the Creator's name, and me giving you the Creator's name, claim to fame, and where the Creator lays that in you, not having a name, but you just having life. So create a name, and when I say that you don't know the name, to end up saying that you can say it in vain. So let me help you out in your life. When you look at God and they say you're not supposed to say the name in vain, look at how easy y'all call out the name God while having sex. So let me explain to you just as I explained to you before what the Creator's original name was before man changed it into the God, the Jesus, and the rest of all the different names and bullshit. When I told you it's love unconditional feeling, it rocks just like this. Love is the only word, name, claim to fame that you can tell somebody that you feel and saying it in vain. Because if you tell somebody you love them and don't feel the same, that can change to end somebody's whole world and yours too. Because the confusion is telling the truth. When you tell somebody you love them, that ain't something you just do. That's something that's real when it's the truth coming from the Creator in you. Love, unconditional, the feeling. So like I say again, this God, this Jesus, and this devil bullshit goes with your TV, your Walt Disney, and all the rest of the bullshit. Because we've been taught to be stupid. This is the reason why I'm banned out of certain countries because of the shit that I talk about. And it's all because the algorithms know that I'm talking the truth straight from my heart to you. Because like I say again, I don't talk to your ass no more. Because your ass is full of shit. Because y'all wasn't taught the truth to know. Y'all were taught to believe in some bullshit and have faith in some bullshit. Boy, I boy. Woo! Boy, I feel, mm. They did us a number. But like I said again, I love you more than you love yourself. Truth is the truth, period. And I'm out.